Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. Today we're going to do a new mod map tour of Big Fields Farm. If this is what you're looking for, please stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome. This is Big Fields Farm by NinjaCurt. This is 49.98 megabytes to download, so fairly small download actually. And this is for all platforms. So on a side note, I want to mention that if you are just here for a fly through, or you just want to jump the intro where I read through everything about the farm, look down on the YouTube slider and you'll be able to jump through to where you want to. So again, I'm going to do a fly through later, and if you just want to watch that, feel free to jump down to it below. But in the mod hub, this says Big Fields Farm. Welcome to Big Fields Farm. The farm is located in a small industrial stop between towns. This farm will push your biggest equipment to the limit. How long will it take you to own Field 3? Which we'll look at Field 3 in a second. The idea was to maximize the area of workable land while still having all the features of FS19. Supports a seasons mod including snow on building roofs. Features: fields large enough to share with your friends. 29 fields from 0.390 hectares to 66.813 hectares. Note, fields can be combined into 8 large fields with a plow. Added to landscape paint, more textures, also bushes, flowers, and weeds, so make sure to look at those. Lots of mature trees to harvest around the map, even more near your farm. Railroad loop bordering the map with 2 silos and 2 selling points. The train layout is a diesel loco with 2 grain, 2 sugar beet, and 2 wood chip cars. Note, all train cars will hold grain, and wood chip cars hold root crops. So let's go ahead and scroll down further here. There's a lot written in here. Helper friendly layout. Note, best to run a headland cut along paved roads before hiring a helper. All livestock pens are already installed at farm. New farmer mode only, that is. 4 water stations at the green hoses on wall. 2 at the shop, animal dealer, and then the farm. Large transport missions, minimum 4 pallets per mission, more money. Field work missions available on all fields. Vacant lots for sale near your farm for expansion. All land near paved roads is level, good for placeables. Traffic on all the paved roads. Pedestrians walking around town, parked cars. And then it has a list of the locations, which we're just going to look at in the map here. So, we hop into the menu here. This is the map. This is it. And again, 8 large fields. I'm assuming that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So yeah, these ones are a little bit smaller, obviously. But yeah, so let's just go through the menu here. There are contracts, some big contracts on here at that. And then we have $100,000 starting amount and no starting loan. And we have lots of equipment in here, which we'll take a look at here in a second in the store. There's plenty of sell points on here. And on the map, if we take a look at what we start off owning in new farmer mode, we have the animal pens through here. So it looks like we own field 13 and field 12, as well as we own the pig pen here, the horse paddock, the sheep enclosure. There's a chicken coop, and then cows over there we own as well. And then our main kind of farm area with a farm sleep trigger and a farm silo on it. So the biogas plant is how much to buy? $275. Let's go ahead and add in some money here for us to be able to use. And field 3 is the biggest field, and it's 4.2 million to buy, just because it's so, yeah. Oh gosh. But you have a railroad silo here, a railroad silo here, and then you have a sell point here, and a sell point down here. I'm assuming these are probably sell points you have to use the train for, so there was a railroad loop that goes all the way around the outside. So yeah, I think you can, I'm assuming you can drive it and do all the different stuff like you can on normal maps. So we'll do switch to trains here on, and I'm just going to tab. Well, let's take a look at our equipment first before I tab to the trains here. So in the store here, we have, in the garage, we have a Valtra N174. We have a Fabric 511C, a second one. The New Holland TX32, which we just looked at. But you're probably going to want to upgrade some equipment here pretty quick. Well, I guess you can start off with fairly small fields, and there are some small ones here, so you can kind of get going and then kind of slowly upgrade. I love how kind of as you started here, you can kind of loop around and slowly get bigger and bigger and bigger fields until you get to field 3. So anyhow, back into the garage here. You also have a grain trailer there, New Holland header, small cultivator, a small seeder, not a direct drill. You also have the fertilizer spreader here. You have a weeder, a water transport device. You have a front loader attachment with pallet forks. You have a couple of weights. Then you have all your enclosures in here, which you can sell, which is actually really nice. So that's fantastic. You can sell all those. There's nothing modded in here. You have all these sheds. All of them are standard in game. So the grain size, 200,000 liters each of these crops. and you'd have a farmhouse. Now, the only modded placeable in here is this guy right here that I could find, the sleep trigger. So if you wanted to change out your sleep trigger, you could do that. But there you go, and that's here we go. Yeah, so we do have the train here, which is just slowly working its way around the map, which is fantastic. So again, we can adjust that. But there you have it. You do have a train. So we're actually going to buy ourselves a pickup truck to drive around in. There we go. Okay. So we're at the store here. This is kind of where we started out. So I didn't really pay too close attention to it. And actually, I think we're going to go on foot around town because there's a lot of stuff real close here. So it doesn't really make sense to drive around. Store trigger here. Stores in here. Tables and everything. I love it. But yeah, that's the store trigger there for you. And we should have a repair trigger at some place here. And as far as so here's one of the water triggers right here. So that's a water trigger there for you. Here's a repair trigger. That's what I was talking about inside the menu there. And we'll go this way. We do have a lime station right here and a fuel point right here. So lime station, fuel point. Over here we have the animal dealer. Oops, right in here. There you go. Animal dealer. Nice detail around the back, everything like that kind of goes out to this field. We'll just walk around here. We do have some sell points around here as well. First of our sell points is right here. Yep, right here. So normally that would be the animal dealer, but the animal dealer is over there. This is a sell point. So if we hop in the menu, we are at the barn sell point. So the barn, we scroll across. It is going to take silage, grass, hay, and straw. And the BGA takes, silage, hay, grass. Doesn't take straw. It also takes manure and slurry. So we're looking at the BGA here because we're going to take a look at that here in just a second. Let's take a look at the BGA before we go to that half of the road here. Sorry, my voice is going a little bit. Let me get some more coffee. Beautiful. All right. Way station there, it looks like. BGA right here, so some huge bunker silos. The digesters right here, and then you have your digestate out point right here. So plenty of space around that. Plenty of space to get whatever you want fermented there. So we head back up the road here. We'll work our way across the left side here. So yep, again, people walking around doing their thing. Sell point right here. So where we're at right now, if we zoom in here, we are at the bakery. No, the vegetable warehouse right here. Sorry, they're all kind of piled on top of each other. So vegetable warehouse is right here. They are going to take, assuming, they're going to take milk, eggs, sugar cane, sugar beets, potatoes, corn, soybeans, sunflowers, canola, oats, wheat, and barley. So they take most of your regular crops. We'll head over this way. Yeah, because I want to kind of work my way down that way. So here we have the sawmill, I believe. Oop, get stuck over here. So over here, yep, looks like it. The wood chip sell point should be right there, and then back around the back here we have the wood sell point. So where we're at right now, we're right here at the sawmill. Sawmill, I'm assuming, is going to take wood chips from you. Yes, they are. There you have it. Now, if we work kind of down this road a little bit, our next sell point, well, we have animal behind us here, but next two sell points are back to back right here. So let's go on the map here. Our first one looks like we have the bakery, and then what else is right here? The bakery, and then I don't think the sawmill's up there. Vegetable warehouse is there, so we have the bakery and the spinnery's there. I don't think is there anything else here? These might both be, oh, it's the grain silo. That's what that is. Grain silo's right here. So yeah, bakery's right here. That's all making sense, but the farm silo says it's tagged. Let's tag that. Oh, okay, it's tagged on the back side of that. So okay, that makes sense. It just kind of looked like there's two on top of each other, but I don't think there is. I think that's just me going crazy. So the bakery is going to take, go back to the beginning here, all of your basic crops. So wheat, barley, oats, canola, sunflower, soy, corn. And actually, another note too here, you have 400,000 liters in silos. Others, that's your railroad silos. So probably each one's 200,000. They're also going to take sugar beets, potatoes, sugarcane, eggs, and milk here at this sell point. And the final sell point is right over here. This is the spinnery sell point. So the spinnery should be the final one. Wow, again, we have a couple more, I guess. Not the final, but it's going to take cotton and wool for you. And then as far as starting farm stuff goes, we have our cow pasture here. Again, it's the base game cow pasture, so right off the roadway. A lot of equipment nicely lined up. You have a sleep trigger here, at least you should. I can maybe potentially use it. There we go. There we go. All right, fantastic. Garage around there. Your silos here. You have your chickens. You have your sheep. You have your horses. Yeah, horses here. Horses? Yeah, horses. And then pigs are on the backside. Yep. You got your couple of sheds here. So pretty basic farm layout. Yeah, so if you wanted to extend, you could obviously buy some of the land around here and then just kind of expand out your farm and do what you wanted to do. But there's all your farm set up for you. Let's go ahead and hop into the pickup truck here. I think what we're going to do, yeah, tricky how I want to do this. I think we'll just drive out to the railroad silo, and then there might be a road around too, but it looks like that's probably the railroad. If there's a road around, we'll just drive around the outside, but we'll just kind of have to see how it goes, I suppose. But we'll get kind of zoomed out here so you guys can see what's going on around the map. So again, there's not a ton of stuff going on the map, but it's got everything you need, and honestly, it feels kind of nice. It's a nice American kind of style map. I can only say it's American because of that speed limit sign and the stop sign I just ran there. But yeah, so Big Fields Farm, if you're looking for just stuff that the AIs can get around, no problem. I mean, even if you have to clear a few trees, it's not that big of a deal. So this might be the map for you. Is there a road that goes around here? Looks like it, maybe, potentially. Yeah, there's a road that goes around the outside. Awesome. So here we go. Here is one of your silos. And again, you can load stuff into there and it'll load into the train. If you're not familiar with that function. But yeah, we'll just kind of work our way all the way around the map here on the outside. And then we'll do a flyover at the very end. So again, there's not a ton going on. It's mostly just that open space, fields. There's some hillage and stuff. Hillage, I don't know if that's the correct words, but there are some hills and terrain differences. So I mean, it is what it is. You got some different variation around. We may or may not see the train. I think we're going the same direction as the train, so we probably won't see the train, but we've already seen it, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, come out here around to the edges. Field 1's on our right. Oop, I want to drive on the railroad tracks maybe, but this is kind of it's a very functional design, really. There's two types of maps really in Farming Simulator. There's very scenic maps that are more difficult maybe to farm on, but they have so much more to offer as far as scenery. And then there's maps that are very functional, that have a decent amount of detail still. Like this one has a decent amount of detail. Trees around, you don't feel like you're on just, I mean, I don't know. You don't feel like you're just on like the middle of nowhere or something like that, but it has stuff going on it, but it's very functional. So anyhow, and this is a sell point that we're up at, so again, we drove down this way. Railroad Silo West went up around out to this side here. This is the grain mill sell point. Grain mill, let's go back to the start here. It's going to take wheat, barley, oats, canola, sunflower, soy, corn, sugar beets, potatoes. I like that they have a lot of sugar beet and potato sell points as well. Sugar cane, eggs, and milk. So there you have it. That is the grain mill right there. I almost forgot the name right that quick, but we'll continue on. Got 2 more stops, so again, very open, and it's cool if this went to console, so it must only be a 2x map, though it feels so much bigger than a 2x map. I gotta drink coffee there. Around these guys, pass them. Yeah, very, very open map. You can put auto drive on here, obviously not on console, but on PC, this would be a great map to have some auto drive routes set up to sell stuff and get stuff taken care of, because it's very open and should be fairly easy to set up routes like that for vehicles to go different places. Be able to pass this guy before we get hit head on. Yeah, no problem there. But yeah, again, there's not a ton of detail, but it's got everything you need. Like it says in the description, it's Big Fields Farm. You have big fields, they're squared fields. AI workers will work well for you, so there's not going to be a whole lot of issues. So you can set a worker off to do things and get stuff done in the background while you're doing other stuff around the farm or caring for animals or whatever it may be. And here we have another railroad silo. So we've gone from the grain mill up and then back down, and we're at Railroad Silo East. So now we're going to head down and over to the train station mill, which should be our final sell point and our final stop. And then we will fly over the map and take a look at everything from above, which should be fairly fast. But yeah, and then we'll wrap up the tour. So again, there's not a ton, but it's got everything you need. I actually quite like this map. This would be one I would enjoy playing on my... I don't think I'd do a series on it, but I'd enjoy playing it off camera, like just for me to have some fun on here and do some different things. And I did check through the map. There's no modded equipment or anything. It looked very kind of Eureka Farms-esque as far as its style. and it said it was going to push your big equipment to its limits. It's like, oh, is there going to be magic equipment, which I totally missed in my Eureka Farms map tour, but there wasn't. It's all base game stuff for the most part, other than that sleep trigger. So I went through all the categories, double checked that, and learned my lesson with Eureka Farms. But anyhow, coming up on our last sell point now. We just rounded the curve. It's starting to come into render distance now. But yeah, a lot of good detail on here. No required mods or anything like that. And again, the download size is extremely small. So I'm assuming for consoles, it's probably going to have an extremely low slot count. So, which would be fantastic, because I know you guys have to deal with that, which is kind of frustrating. Ooh, we're down to a 25 zone. Not that I've been caring about the speed anyways. But here we go. We're at the train station mill. So it is cool. You can sell, it looks like here, and I'm assuming you can sell in the back. I guess I didn't check that on the grain mill, but let's go check around the back. Yeah, so there's a sell point in the back as well. I'm assuming that's how the grain mill is going to be, the reason it's on probably the outside of the map. But yeah, so we're down here at the train station mill. By going to here, the train station mill is going to take wheat, barley, oats, canola, sunflower, soy, corn, sugar beets, potatoes, sugarcane, eggs, and milk. So beautiful. Everything you need. All right, we're going to go ahead and set up for a quick fly over this map. And we'll get that cranked. So we're just going to work our way around the edge and then take a look at everything from that perspective, and then after that we'll kind of move our way into the middle. So this is the way we haven't gone yet. We haven't checked out these fields out here. Field 3 looks massive on here. Is it field 3? Yeah, it's field 3 is the big one. But yeah, again, you can see the whole layout from up here. We're coming up on Railroad Silo West right here, down below us. Moving from field 10 into field 4. Yep, and then coming up on field, I believe it's 1 up here at the top. Yep, field 1 here. Coming across here, we have the grain mill right there on the left, and then we have, I love all the small fields in there too, so it's not like you have to farm big if you want. I mean, you could split up the fields and do whatever you wanted to, quite honestly, with all of it anyways. And I didn't check before, so let's just check real quick. Yep, there is a sell point on the back for the train as well, and one up front for you, so that's fantastic. They got that put in there. There's some dirt roads going through the map. A decent amount of trees still too, so you got your work cut out if you want to clear all the trees off the map, but yeah, we'll head back down this way. Then we'll move our way into the center. So here's your other silo here, the railroad silo east. Yes, east. But yeah, we'll head in this way. Boy, I could imagine a potato harvesting contract on that. Boy, it'd be pretty hefty paying out. But yeah, so we'll go down a little bit lower here. You got plenty of trees around here. There's actually a decent little forest right there for you. Keep you busy for a hot second at least. But bunker silo there. Got the shop here, so it looks a little less chaotic actually from above. But yep, you got your animal dealer and barn sell point, another sell point there. You got your lumber mill right here in the middle, and you got all your animals around the back. Interesting setup and layout for the starting farm, I will say, kind of just shoved behind that sell point. But again, you can sell everything off and you could rebuild it how you want, which is pretty cool. But anyhow, guys, that is the end of this tour. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on your screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching.